What? Y'all are ready for church this morning. All right. All right. Make a little noise so it's no. As people of faith and people of wonder, we welcome in the magic and miracle of mystery, the awe of unfolding adventures, the expansiveness, and what it means to behold mystery as a gift to our lives and to our imaginations. Too often we relax into our routines and find comfort in old habits and give in to the confines of our lives, and our lives can become to feel small. In this time of gathering together, may our hearts be nudged open to the fullness of what they may be. May our spirits be wrapped in the curiosity to seek mystery and welcome it all in. May our time together this day remind us to stay open, stay inquisitive of what we do not yet understand, and be inspired to stretch ourselves into new ways of being. May our time together this morning also create space in our hearts and minds to welcome in the mystery, not needing to explain it away, but to be satisfied with the curiosity and the awe that it offers us. Welcome mystery into this space. Welcome you into this space. Our hearts, our minds, our bodies, our souls, and our very lives, all together. We are glad that you're here this morning. We're going to begin with a song, but first let me say welcome to you all this morning to the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Central Oregon. The first thing that Debbie said to me this morning was, "Did you see that sunrise this morning?" Anybody else? Some yeses? And I said, yes, I sure did. We live in a world on a planet that has sunrises like that. We live in a world on a planet that has rainbows and puppies and babies and spiders and mosquitoes that take care of the spiders, I think. Isn't that, do mosquitoes eat spiders? Something like that. We live in a world with geology and massive stretches of time that change, with volcanoes and trees and beauty and balloons and whoopee cushions and all kinds of silly things. We live in this mysterious world. We fill it with so many things. One of the things that is wonderful we can fill it with is time to be together. So we welcome you here this morning. No matter where it is in your life you're here today, no matter the color of your skin, no matter your gender identity, or your sexual orientation, no matter your resources, no matter your age, no matter your interest, we are glad that you are here this morning. And we hope that this morning you will invite in that mystery that we are going to sing about. It is good to be together.
So, are you ready to make a beautiful noise in this room? Okay, it's going to be really fun. So it's in 4 parts, and when I found out that the theme for the month, the Soul Matters theme, was mystery, I said to Rev Scott, we have to do the mystery song. That's what I call it. So it's in 4 parts, and Rev Scott's going to do the first part, I'll do the second part, and then it's going to be third and fourth, like this, all right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So then we're going to split this section in half, and that's going to be with Rev Scott, and then this is my section right here, and then this section for, yeah, okay. Do you guys all have it? All right, so here's what the song sounds like. We're going to start with your part right here, okay?
So this is us. Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going?
Okay, now here's the second part. Where do we come from?
Mystery, mystery, life is a riddle and mystery.
Where do we come from? Where are we going?
So now you know all 4 parts. And what we're going to do is we're going to start with 1, and then we're going to add 2 while you keep going, and then add the 3, and then add the 4. And it's going to make this beautiful sound.
No pressure, we're starting. Ready?
Oh, yes, and rise in body or
Oh,
spirit.
right.
Thank you, Chayla.
Ready? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Mystery, life is a riddle and a mystery.
It's beautiful.
In the mystery of life about us, there is light. It gives us a place to be, to grow, to rejoice together. It opens the pathways to love. In this place of friendship, there is freedom. Let the light we kindle go before us, strong in hope, wide in goodwill, inviting the day to come.
If you could once again rise in body or spirit, we sing Spirit of Life. Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Roots hold me close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me. Okay, I don't know how this is going to work, but we are going to have a jingle choir. This is the right spot, right? Okay, and so all the kids that are in the room right now, come up and we have jingles for you, and we're going to jingle choir song. So come on up. Debbie is still playing Spirit of Life while you come, so just come on up. Perfect.
Here you go, Amy. We'd like to invite any kids that are out there that are not jingling and jangling to come on down for our Time for All Ages. Amy, would you like this? Randy, can I borrow this one? Thanks. Yep. All right. I know things and I don't know things. I know that was awesome. Thank you, Randy, and Jingle Choir participants. All right, kids. These are all adults out here, right? Adults. When you don't know the answer to a question, who do you usually turn to? An adult or somebody like your age or younger? Who do you think might have an answer, the answer? How do you think that works? Do you think adults know things? I'm seeing some heads nod. I'm seeing some hesitation, adults. In general, I know that's what it was like for me. When I was a kid, there's a certain wisdom that comes from my peers, from my friends, certain wisdom that comes from my, people who are younger than me. But oftentimes when I was younger and I wanted to find an answer, I would turn to the adults or my parents or somebody that seemed to always have all the answers. Sometimes it seems like parents and adults have all the answers, doesn't it? Well, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Adults don't know everything. They simply don't. In fact, there's a whole lot that adults don't know. And to prove this fact, we're going to give the adults a chance right now to share with you all some things that you don't know. So if you want to sit here, and you can turn around and watch them. So you can turn around and watch them. And Amy and I are going to come out here and run our mics, and we'll ask some adults to share with the children and yourselves, just with the greatest amount of humility, understanding that we don't all know everything. What's something that you don't know? Am I on here? All right.
All the good single men are at. I don't. If anybody can direct me.
Keep on searching. Keep on looking. They might. I don't know if they're out there or not. I don't. Okay, we got one back there.
Hi, I'm Maru. Quantum physics.
Quantum physics. I'm fascinated by it, but truth be told, I actually don't know much about it. Who else doesn't know anything? Oh, a bunch of. Everybody knows so much in this section. These people, they are willing to admit here.
I'm constantly perplexed about how cameras work.
Cameras. Yeah, that's amazing.
I was just going to say what the future holds.
Nobody knows what the future holds.
Where does life come from?
How cars work.
How cars work. What else don't we know? Gwen doesn't know something.
Really, any sense of direction.
Oh, that's just the chat.
So I know that we're made of the same stuff of stars, but I don't know how we got from stars to where we are.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't speak Portuguese.
No, there's time yet, Greg. You can learn.
Wireless technology.
I don't know, right? Somehow from Leo and Danny back there, they're making this thing work. I don't get it either.
I don't know why it's so hard to love sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know where my baseball is.
And it's somewhere, right? That's the weird thing. It exists somewhere in the physical plane.
I don't know what my dog thinks.
I know your dog. It seems pretty happy. Yeah.
I don't know about those resealable packages, because when I rip those open, I can never get them to seal again.
I don't know that those are a thing. I think it's all marketing, Paul. I think it's all a game. So Kids, as you can see, and my guess is if we pressed every single adult in here, they'd be willing to find and able to find something that they don't know. I'm seeing heads nod. It is amazing. And part of the idea of that is anyone absolutely distressed by the thing that you don't know, the thing that was shared? Like, or are you able to live without it? Like, maybe it's okay that you don't know where your baseball is. You know, life moves on. And that's okay. Sometimes I don't know. It's just a fine answer to the questions in life. Sometimes we can figure out answers, and there are answers to questions in life, like which way does a toilet paper roll go on? We know people, don't we? We know it goes from over the top, right? Some things in life are knowable, and some things, like the mystery of why are we here in life, the mystery of life, those great big questions, sometimes they might just be unknowable, and that's okay. One of the things that makes it okay or feel okay is that we have each other, and we have love to get us through the days and to make sense and make purpose and make meaning of it all. We can feel love amongst ourselves. That's one of the things that we can know, and one of the things that we can be very grateful for.
We are going to explore what we know and what we don't know today as we make gingerbread houses and RE. Before we go, we need to say the Children's Covenant. In this place I am kind. In this place I am loving. In this place I am a friend to the earth and all animals and people. In this place I am loved.
And if we could rise in body or spirit, make an arch through the middle, then we're going to have the kids go to RE. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live.
Good morning. I'm Chayla Sloper, the Congregational Life Facilitator, and I have today's announcements. Of course, we are giving you a souvenir to take home called the Skyline, and so you can refer to that all week long. But just to underscore some things and bring your attention to yet others, for the record, my pronouns are she and her. And I do also want to welcome those who are with us on Zoom. This is one of the lasting benefits of the pandemic, is that folks can tune in and be part of the service, even though we don't see them. So, but you can see us, so hi. If you're visiting for the first time on Zoom, we do have a virtual visitor form that you can fill out. So this last Thursday, our Gen XYZ group met to talk about spirituality. And so if you're in the Gen XYZ demographic and you'd like to be invited to future events, Gen XYZ is going to meet every month on the second Thursday, and there's a sign up at the kiosk. This next Tuesday at 7 p.m., the Men's Fellowship will be meeting in the Linus Pauling Hall. So that's the room that has the artwork. So our Art Resources team has a beautiful installation for us to enjoy. And that's where the men will be on Tuesday night at 7. Now, I also heard from one of our members, Marty Rudolph, that there was a meeting of women within her neighborhood that she was able to organize in part because she had access to our membership directory. And if you want to have access to our membership directory, but there's so much more, become a member of UUFCO. Our membership team has been working on making our pathway to membership more interactive, more engaging, and so we're rolling this out in January, and we have Sundays after the service on the 14th and 21st. And then there's also a fundamentals class. So we're going to be talking about why Unitarian Universalism matters, why membership matters, why covenant matters. In our tradition, we are not creedal, but we engage one another by means of our covenant. We stay together because we commit to one another. So there's a sign up at the Connections Corner if you'd like to sign up for the membership class. There also is a form in this last week's all congregation email that you can sign up as well. And we try to spread these classes out. I saw there's another church in Rhode Island that has like a one Saturday, like from 9 till 4. So we're breaking it down for you. So hope to have a really fun membership class this winter. So this Thursday, we have two very meaningful, both in their respective ways, beautiful or poignant opportunities. Thursday is the winter solstice, and we'll be having our celebration of the longest night, and our homeless outreach project invites you to the longest night vigil, which will be at Drake Park. We're still working on bilocation, so unfortunately you'll have to choose. We can't be at both at the same time. The solstice will begin at our celebration here will be at 4:30, and the longest night vigil at Drake Park begins at 5. So I think those are both in your skyline. And then lastly, on Saturday, we'll have Christmas caroling. We'll meet here at 5. Go out and then come back for a little bit of warm holiday cheer. And then very lastly, Feast of Sweets. Between our 4 and 7 p.m. services on Christmas Eve, we have a spread of holiday treats to enjoy. So whether you bake or have something that you love to purchase and for others to share, we ask that you bring those by 4 o'clock, and I'll have a sign up for you at the kiosk after the service today. And if you need any ideas, dark chocolate with hazelnuts works really well. So anyway, so I keep forgetting. Yes, if you have children ages 4 or older who would like to ring bells even for the solstice, at the beginning of the service, they could come at like 4:10 and we'll give them instructions. So you can just bring your young ones, we will give them bells, and that will help us start our time together for Thursday night. So with that, blessings on your day.
There's a part later in the service during the sermon that is participatory. I'm going to ask you to participate in it. We like to, whatever the theme is, we like to try and bring it in the room, to embody it and have our congregation experience it. And so today, that shows up with this piece, and it goes like this. Ooh. Quite simple. Can you do an ooh? All right, that's exactly how I don't want you to do it. I want everyone to pick different notes, so intentionally don't pick the note I just did, and do your own note, how you want to do it, and also Randy is going to come teach us how to do a better, more mysterious ooh.
What you're going to do is just start with a and put your lips together first. Now, I want you to do it in such a way that your nose tickles and your lips tickle. Ready? Go. Did it kind of tickle a little bit? Okay, so now I want you to do a really big ah. It's the biggest vowel of all the vowels. Go. Ah. Now what you're going to do with that beautiful big ah is you're just going to make your lips go like that and turn it into an ooh. Ready? Ah.
And you're all on the same note. So let's try Randy's technique with everyone choosing a random note of your own inspiration. Ready? Fantastic. Now remember all that stuff for later. There's lots that we don't know in the universe. There's lots that we don't know about our world. There's lots we don't know about our country. There's lots that we don't even know about Oregon or Central Oregon. There's lots we don't even know about what's going on here at this fellowship, frankly. One thing we do know is that this place is made possible by the generosity of its members and friends. So at this time, we would like to take our morning offering to support the good works and life and spirit of this congregation. And as we do so, our house band is going to play the Big Thief song, Spud Infinity. Oh wait, no, we flipped them. They are playing the other song, which is an awesome song as well, Iris Dement, Let the Mystery Be.
We're going to sing a mystery song. It's a mystery which one is it?
Mystery be.
Some say once you're gone forever. Some say you're gonna come back. Some say they're rest in the arms of the Savior if in simple ways you're black. Some say they're coming back in a garden, bunch of carrots and little sweet peas. Think I'll just let the mystery be.
Same to me. I think I'll just let the mystery be.
Some say they're going to a place called glory, and I ain't saying it ain't a fact. But I've heard that I'm on the road to purgatory, and I don't like the sound of that. I believe in love and give my life accordingly. But I choose to let the mystery be. Everybody is wondering what and where they all came from. Everybody is worried about where they're gonna go when the whole thing's done. No one knows for certain, so it's all the same to me. I think I'll just let the mystery be. No one knows for certain, and so it's all the same to me. I think I'll just let the mystery be. I think I'll just let the mystery be.
Let us rest for a moment in the mysteries of breath, in the mysteries of our body, in the mystery of spacious silence, the mystery of this cosmic miracle. I'll offer these words as a spoken prayer from Sandra Fees, followed by a time of silent meditation. cosmic presence. Ignite me with your energy. Let me be filled with the radiance of suns and stars. They are rising along the morning's rim and setting in the evening's cool. May I be sparked with curiosity to greet whatever may come and accept whatever may go at the end of day. Let me not slip into the routine or be consumed by the mundane, but may I be surprised by the lavish blaze of creation so that my spirit may catch fire and be reawakened to the world and universe around me. Out of all the known and unknown, something that we believe squarely in is that being in community is good. It's good for our lives, it's good for each other, it's good for how we experience the world around us. It's good for new ideas, it's good for hearing the lives of others so that we know that we're not alone, and we know that we can reach out should we be in need. We share our gratitudes and our joys and our sorrows here on Sunday mornings. We share written ones here from the pulpit. These are available on our kiosk each week. And if you'd like to light a candle, don't light a joy. You can light a joy, that's metaphorical. If you would like to light a joy or light a sorrow by putting fire to a candle or gratitude as well, please feel free to do that. They're located on the sides of our sanctuary. So Joyce Burke Brown asked for prayers for my sister-in-law, who is expecting surgery for a cerebral aneurysm as soon as it can be scheduled. Joyce, we hope that is soon, and our prayers are with you. Randy King shares a joy. Last week was the 10-year anniversary of Dick and Randy's first date in Sisters Coffee. Our flowers last week were to celebrate that. Absolutely. Randy writes, "It was the beginning of something new and scary, but also something really beautiful. We have waited our whole lives for this, and we thank our UUFCO family for all of your support, encouragement, and love." We give you our support and our encouragement and our love freely. 10 years. Chris Patrick shares this morning concerns for Flora's mother, who is a short timer on hospice, and Flora is on her way to Connecticut to see her right now. Jennifer Seitz writes that my uncle, Jim, passed away this past Thursday. He was 92. Judy Hurlbert shares a sorrow and a joy and a gratitude. It was with sorrow my sister Ruth, soon after entering hospice, died on her birthday, November 27th. It was a joy to gather with family members and many, many of her friends at a memorial service and remember how vibrant and beloved she was. And with gratitude to return home to words and deeds of support, encouragement, and love from many of you. Thank you. Danny Callan shares his joy. My joy today is I am leaving this afternoon to be with my family in Vegas. I'm so happy to be with my UUFCO family today. 1 year since my first visit here. I'll be back December 28th. Happy holidays to all. Thank you, Danny. That's Danny back there in the purple at our AV desk. Rosalie and Jack Chamberlain share a joy. Alexander Brown, our friend's 4-year-old undergoing treatment for brain cancer, had a clear first recheck, and he continues treatment for a year. Please keep him in your thoughts. Absolutely, Jack and Ro, they will be in our thoughts, as will you. There's so many joys and sorrows that happen in each of our own lives. There are so many reasons to be grateful. It is good to share and hear of one another's lives indeed. It is good to be a community.
As we get settled in here, this is a little bit of a departure for us. So we heard this morning that the coolness factor of our organization has now gone up twofold because we're doing this song. So be gentle. We think it's fun. It's a little funky. And sing along if you know the words. I dare you to know the words.
For sure.
What's it gonna take? What's it gonna take? What's it gonna take to free the celestial body? Way up there it looks so small. Way down here it looks so small. One peculiar organism, aren't we all together? Everybody steps on ants. Everybody eats the plants. Everybody knows to dance, even with just one finger. What's it gonna take? What's it gonna take? What's it gonna take to free the celestial body? When I took another look, the past was not a history book. That was just some linear perception. Ash to ash. Dime a dozen, aren't we just?
But a
Dozen dimes will buy a crust of garlic bread. What's it gonna take? What's it gonna take? What's it gonna take to free the celestial body? When I say celestial, I mean extraterrestrial. I mean accepting the alien you rejected in your heart. When I say heart, I mean finish. The last one there is a potato finish. Baking too long in the sun of spud infinity. When I say infinity, I mean now. Kiss the one you are right now. Kiss your body up and down, other than your elbows. 'Cause as for your elbows, they're on their own, wandering like a rolling stone, rubbing up against the edges of experience. What's it gonna take? What's it gonna take? What's it gonna take to free the celestial body? What's it gonna take?
She lay there in her sleeping bag on a camping trip, 20 years old and staring up at the expansive Colorado sky, so vast and grand above her, all those points of light. But before she could even look for Orion or the Big Dipper, she was seized by this feeling of utter terror for the vastness of it all. She was scared because she felt her place in the universe. She rolled over and she put her face in her pillow and she wept tears. This was the experience of the nature and biology writer, Ursula Goodenough. She was on this camping trip, and she had recently taken a physics class to go along with this. It was beginning to get a picture of how the universe is put together. And as she lay there, she thought, I am a part of one star, and there are 100 billion stars in the galaxy. And perhaps 100 billion galaxies in the universe. And one star that I'm on a planet revolving around. And all these stars are involved in this process of birth and death, explosions, and being born again in this cosmic time frame. And that our sun itself was on a time frame and would one day burn out. That one day the sun that gave us life, that at one point wasn't there in its form, and is now existing, one day will fizzle out into nothingness, as well as our planet. And this terrified her. And she rolled over and she wept those tears into her pillow. The night sky began to become very unwelcome for her. She didn't want to think about it. Later in life, when she would find the words of the physicist, Stephen Weintraub, as our world becomes more comprehensible, it seems to become more pointless. And for Ursula Goodenough, this spoke to this feeling of nihilism that was happening within her. She wanted to avoid all of these thoughts of emptiness and despair, and that's exactly what she did. She threw herself into the science of it and tried not to think the big thoughts because she found them simply terrifying. When I was a minister back in Pittsburgh, one day one of the young people in the church came up to me and said, "I'm doing my religious awards program for Boy Scouts. Would you be a part of it with me? I'm supposed to reach out to a religious leader if I have one and have a conversation. I filled out this packet, and if you can read it and check it out, then we can talk about it. Maybe, I hope." And I said, "Absolutely, I'd love to. That sounds great." Jacob was 12 at the time, and I was excited to sit down and have a theological conversation with this 12-year-old who was wondering about the universe and God. And so I got the Boy Scout program, and I looked at it, and the instructions to this young boy were this: there are a lot of big questions in the world, and religion tries to answer these questions. And there are a lot of answers to the questions, and maybe that's one of the reasons there are so many religions in the world. So, the instruction said, here are some of those big questions. Do your best to answer them, and remember, there's no right answer. Spot on, Boy Scouts of America. Nice stuff. And so, I read Jacob's answers to the big questions. And they were the big questions, y'all, like, why are we here? Is there a God? Why does evil exist? What happens when we die? And as I read his answers, I was so pleased. The first one said, do you believe there's a God? And he filled in, I don't know. The second one was, what do you believe about good in the world? And he answered, I think we should be good to other people in the world. Great answer. Where do we go after we die? And I could see that there had been some eraser marks on the line. What had been erased was, I think we go I don't know. Fantastic wisdom from this searching, seeking 12-year-old boy. He continued in this way, answering some of what he thought he might know or have an idea of, easily and firmly confessing when there's a question simply just too large for him to know. The Dalai Lama does this thing in interviews. If you've ever seen an interview with him, and he gets asked one of those big questions that he doesn't know the answer to, he simply slows down and smiles and without apology says, I don't know. And this is from the Dalai Lama. So take it from whichever source of wisdom you would like, a 12-year-old boy or the Dalai Lama. The wisdom is the same. I don't know is a fine answer when you don't know. So usually in a Unitarian Universalist church, there's a rolling conversation, sometimes tension, sometimes just existence, between the theists and the atheists. It's here, and I love that we have a congregation and a faith that invites in that wide range of thoughts about God. And yet, on any given Sunday, if I use God language, you might look around and one of the atheists' nose is going to crinkle a little bit. And if I don't use God language, then, you might not see it, but one of those theists might, go through those front doors feeling a little bit of a void, something that they were missing. And this is how we do religion, folks. We guarantee that we will be disappointing some people every single Sunday morning. It's a deep, deep committed part of our faith. And it's possible because we allow that space to exist for those who believe differently than us. Today, hopefully, we're going to cause a little consternation or alliance to both those groups thinking about agnosticism. A bumper sticker I saw one time sums it up about as well as any academic understanding could. The bumper sticker said, "I don't know, and you don't either." Agnosticism is this idea that states that the great questions, specifically, is there a God or not, are essentially unknowable in a reason, fact-based way. And there's different versions. There's hard agnosticism, which means, no one can know, and it's not possible. And there's what's called weak agnosticism, which says, maybe we'll figure it out one day. I'm open. Maybe reason will get us the final answers. And then there's apathetic agnosticism, which is just, I don't know. I don't know, maybe I can't be bothered to think about it. Well, he was certainly not the first philosopher to have the idea. The term agnostic was coined by Thomas Henry Huxley. He was an English biologist and a contemporary of Charles Darwin. And he wrote in 1863, "When I reached intellectual maturity," there's something to say. I wonder what that feels like. I don't know. "When I reached intellectual maturity and began to ask myself whether I was an atheist, a theist, or a pantheist, a materialist or an idealist, a Christian or a free thinker, I found that the more I learned and reflected, the less ready I was to answer, until at last I came to the conclusion that I had neither part with any of these denominations except for the last one, free thinker. The one thing in which most of these good people were agreed was the one thing in which I differed from them. They were quite certain that they had attained a certain gnosis, had more or less successfully solved the problem of existence, while I was quite sure that I had not, and I had a pretty strong conviction that the problem was unsolvable to them as well. And with Hume and Kant on my side, I could not think of myself presumptuous in holding fast by that opinion. So I took thought, and I invented what I conceived to be the appropriate title of agnostic. It came into my head as suggestively antithetic to the Gnostic of the church history, who professed to know so much about the very things of which I was ignorant. And to my great satisfaction, the term took, and we still use it today. There is a great deal of sense and humility in this idea of agnosticism. It seems an appropriate, humble stance to say that I don't know the entire workings of the universe or the nature of God or some of the answers to the big questions. One of the neat things about agnosticism is it doesn't have to be a philosophy that pervades every section of your philosophical, theological, and intellectual life. You can be agnostic about other things and sure about others. But I do know that there are some things that my brain quite can't grapple with completely, and I know that we are present in a deep, abiding mystery. I appreciate Unitarian Universalism because we don't claim to have the answer, capital A answer. I couldn't be a minister in any other faith tradition, and you cannot imagine the relief for a minister to not have to be up here and pretend to profess the grand truth of it all. We embrace a knowing around love and justice and peace and what we see in the world, a humility to grow in that knowing, and a humility to say that there are some things we simply don't know. And so my message this morning is to say it is okay to say I don't know. I'm not now or have ever been an advocate for ignorance or intellectual apathy, but I do appreciate this gift of being able to say I don't know, and letting the mystery be, as Iris DeMint penned it and our house band sung, while I continue the struggle and the joy of growing into the things that I can claim and that I can know, and knowing that I have a community with which to do that. When humans engage this great mystery of life and existence, this is often where God enters the picture, makes an entrance from the wings, and comes center stage and professes all kinds of things to have the answers. God has a way for humans to understand and explain and structure the fact that this is a mysterious existence. And there are many, many thoughts on God. And humans have long associated human qualities to God. The poet Patrick Murphin writes, I do not have a personal relationship with God. I've lost his phone number. He never answers his mail. We did not, as young men, hang out on Wednesday nights, cigarettes dripping from our lips at pool halls. He is not there, like an old neighbor, to fix my broken lawnmower and hand me a soda on a blazing hot day. When I rip my shin on a jutting shelf and cry out his name, he doesn't rush to me with Band-Aids and peroxide. He does not, at times of vexation, when my world lies shattered, my relationships ruptured, my children insolent, my finances hopeless, come with soothing counsel to my side. He doesn't take my requests like a long-distance dedication on America's Top 40, or deliver in 5 business days or my money back on my catalog order. My business does not seem important to him. I do not have a personal relationship with God. But in quiet moments, in the familiar whistle of a red-winged blackbird on a cattail, or in spider webs glistening with dew in the grass on a clear sunrise, or the passing attention of an old cat, he, she, it, whatever, does not speak or do or answer, but admits me to a fleeting union with the greater. And I can relate to this. I wanted to know God as a kid. I wanted this personal relationship, and that's how it was presented to me. But God never showed up talking or in a burning bush or any other way. I wanted to understand. And I might not have that personal relationship with a human-type God. Some people might call that God mystery. Others would defer. But I know that I do want to be in relationship with the mystery, to experience the awe, to feel a connectedness of it all. Religions leave room for this essential piece in their concepts of God for mystery across the board. In the Jewish tradition, they would not speak the name of God because to do so was to limit God. Sometimes the innameable one was just called Hashem, or the name. In the Christian tradition, St. Augustine wrote, Si comprehendis Non es duus. If you have understood, then what you have understood is not God. In Hinduism, in the Rig Veda, they write, but after all, who knows and who can say whence it all came and how creation happened? The gods themselves are later than creation, so who knows truly whence it has arisen? And in the Quran, they say no vision can grasp him, but his grasp is all over vision. He is above all comprehension. And the very first line in the Tao Te Ching tells us that the Tao that can be told is not the eternal Tao. There is space in all these world traditions for this mystery that we speak of. So that scared 20-year-old out on a camping trip under those stars who found that panic and terror in her heart, Ursula Goodenough. She had a shift in her understanding about this great mystery. She decided, instead of being scared of it, to be in relationship with it, to allow it. In her words, to be in covenant with the mystery, which invites the understanding of some kind of reciprocal relationship, some kind of back and forth, where she would show up with something to offer the universe and the mystery, trusting that the mystery was offering her something as well. And so we will let Ursula Goodenough's words and realizations close our service today, or at least the sermon. She said, but since then, since that time, I have found a way to defeat the nihilism that lurks in the infinite, in the infinitesimal. I have come to understand that I can deflect the apparent pointlessness of it all by realizing that I don't have to seek a point in any of it. Instead, I can see it as the locus of mystery. Mystery of why there is anything at all, rather than nothing. Mystery of where the laws of physics come from. The mystery of why the universe seems so strange. The mystery, clouds passing across the face of the deity in the stained glass images of heaven. The word God is often used to name this mystery. To assign attributes to the mystery, though, is to disenchant it, to take away its luminance. The realization that I didn't need to have big answers to the big questions, that I didn't need to seek them, has served as an epiphany. I lie on my back under the stars, and the unseen galaxies are there, and I let their enormity wash over me. I assimilate the vastness of the distances, the impermanence, the fact of it all. I take in the abstractions about forces and symmetries, and they caress me like Gregorian chants, the meaning of the words not mattering because the words are so haunting. Mystery generates wonder, and wonder generates awe. The gasp can terrify, or the gasp can emancipate. We experience that mystery and that awe and that emancipation that comes from being in relationship with the mystery. May it be so.
In body or spirit. We're going to sing our closing song. Come sing a song with me. Come sing a song.
Each of us has the opportunity to be in covenant with the mystery. Each of us has the opportunity to be in covenant with each other. Will you join me as we say together the covenant of this community? That love is the spirit of this fellowship, and service is its law.
This is our covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another.
I don't know. You can be admitted to a fleeting union with the greater. Mystery generates wonder, and wonder generates awe. The gasp can terrify, or the gasp can emancipate. Go in peace into this day and go with love.